answer these easy questions. Yeah. Solve society in the next 30 minutes. Let me try to take the high road here. I think part of the anti-science attitude derives from the fact that we've created a culture of scientists who distance themselves from the rest of society, who see themselves as a separate class, almost as a priesthood. And when you're set up that way, you're not inviting people to participate on that frontier, which is itself thrilling and exciting enterprise. That's the first point. The second point is we live in a free society. We tell ourselves at least. And I keep reciting that to myself every time I have to show my ID, passing checkpoints. Who here is old enough to remember that the very act of showing an ID were the images we saw of what we call non-free societies? Yeah. That was it. There were guard gates and had to show your papers every time we went from one place to another. We said, they are not free, we are free. And now we're doing that. And you don't hear anybody say we're free. It's an interesting loss of freedom of access. And there's a famous quote from Franklin. I forgot it, but you all know it. It's a really good quote. So there's the science ignorant who are out there who fear it because they don't understand it, and they haven't been invited to the frontier. I'm trying to change that, as are others who are with me on this landscape. Then there are people who are outright hostile to science. I don't know what to do. It's a free society. They can be hostile to whatever they want. The danger comes about, the danger to our society comes about, is if they want to change the science curriculum, flowing out of their hostility to science. Well, then that's the beginning of the end of everything we've ever valued as the technological achievements of this nation, hard-earned in the 20th century. And so, for those who just don't like science because it conflicts with their philosophies, there's that philosophy problem again, I don't know what to do, other than to offer the fruits of science. Many of these same people are telling you they hate science while they're answering the phone call on their iPhone. Okay? So there's an education problem there.
Or saying things like, why do we need NASA? No, we have the Weather Channel.
Yeah, I got the Weather Channel. Well, look at that hurricane from 23,000 miles, yeah. Yeah, so a big part of the original TV series, Cosmos, hosted by Carl Sagan, was to make science something you can embrace, no matter your background. It was not just something that you can say, that's science and I'm not going to do science. You realize that science is a fundamental part of what it is to be an informed citizen, what it is to be alive and to appreciate nature. I'm happy to announce that we are going to make a 21st century version of Cosmos. Just collaborating with two of the original three creative principles. Obviously, we lost Carl Sagan in 1996. So I'm filling that slot that he has vacated, the big shoes to fill. I don't take it lightly. I see it as an honor and a privilege to take on that task. But we begin shooting this fall, later this fall, and it's about 6 months of shooting, 6 months post-production. It's scheduled to premiere February 2013. That's, of course, if the world is here after December. By the way, the Mayans couldn't predict the end of their own civilization. So to believe that they had any understanding of the end of the universe, I think